Are you looking for healthy ways to power your day and your life? Welcome to 5 Minutes to Feed Your Potential, our series of short podcasts designed for busy people just like you who are looking for easy, delicious, and practical ways to be healthy and happy. Listen along as our chefs, dietitians, and other experts offer insights, ideas, and inspiration. Everywhere we turn these days, it seems like someone is sharing their opinion about what's good for you or not. Sometimes the information they're sharing is helpful, but more often, it's just confusing. Take carbohydrates, for example. For decades, we've been hearing about good carbs and bad carbs, low-carb diets like paleo or keto, and all sorts of other carb fads seem to come along. So you may be wondering, what's the deal with carbs anyway? Today, Dietitian Kayla Kirschner joins us to bust some of the myths you may have heard about carbs and your health.
Hi, everyone. There are so many myths about carbs and your health. Carbs have definitely taken a bad rap, and sometimes for good reason, because eating unhealthy types of carbs in unhealthy amounts is bad for you. But carbs in a healthy diet aren't the dietary villain you might think they are. So let's get started with some of the biggest myths. Let's tackle one of the biggest head on. It's the myth that all carbs are bad. It's just not true. Actually, carbohydrates are an essential part of a healthy diet. They play a vital role and are really important for good health. In fact, the dietary guidelines recommend that about half of our daily calories come from carbs. That's because carbs are the body's primary source of energy, and actually the brain's preferred energy source. So, that leads to carb myth number 2, that all carbs are the same. This one also couldn't be further from the truth. There's a huge difference between simple carbs and other highly starchy foods compared to healthier, complex carbs. It's pretty straightforward, actually. Simple carbs can be digested easily and quickly, which sounds like a good thing. But because simple carbs are digested so quickly, they can cause your blood sugar to spike. And those quick bursts of energy they bring are usually followed by, you guessed it, an energy crash. It makes sense. Simple carbs are usually refined sugars. Think of sugar-sweetened soda, candy, cookies, and other sweet treats, and lots of other foods with high levels of added sugars. Other carbs that are digested quickly include starchy foods like white bread or white rice. On the other hand, healthier, complex carbs are totally different. They digest more slowly because they usually come naturally in foods with a more complete package of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, and importantly, fiber. So, as they digest more slowly, they release a steady stream of energy and nutrients. They actually help you to feel fuller for longer and provide longer-lasting energy. For complex carbs, think of oatmeal, whole grain breads, brown rice, quinoa, beans, and barley, and also fiber-rich whole fruits like apples, oranges, and berries. So now that we've cleared up that all carbs are not bad and that all carbs are not the same, myth number 3 is that zero or very low-carb diets are good for you. This one isn't true either. For most healthy people, zero or very low-carb diets are actually bad for you. Why is that? Because diets that deprive people of healthy complex carbs almost always result in a lack of key nutrients. So, to cut through the myth, the truth is that complex carbs in natural, nutrient-dense foods are really important to include in a healthy diet. That's why I encourage people to be very skeptical when they hear about a diet that totally excludes carbs. Okay, I also want to tackle the myth about carbs and weight gain. People get turned off to carbs because they think they will cause them to gain weight. This one's a little more tricky. That's because it really depends on the type of carb I talked about earlier. Look, it's true. If you're eating too much of the simple carbs or starchy foods I mentioned, it can definitely make it more difficult to manage a healthy weight. This doesn't mean that you have to eliminate them totally, but it does mean that generally we're better off enjoying them in small serving sizes, less frequently, and as part of meals or snacks primarily made up of nutrient-dense and fiber-rich foods. Okay, so you may be thinking, sure, I know that too many sugary and starchy foods aren't a plus. But what many people don't know is that the healthy, complex carbs are the opposite. They're actually a big plus for healthy weight management. That's because complex carbs like whole grains, brown rice, beans, vegetables, and many whole fruits come packed with nutrients and fiber. So, they'll help you to feel full and satisfied. I don't want to leave you without addressing two other carb myths. The myth that all white carbs are bad is one of the funnier ones. There are carb-rich foods that are white that are really good for you. Sautéed onions and roasted cauliflower are white and totally healthy and delicious. One last myth that confuses people is that sugar-free is the same as carb-free. It's a big misconception. Sugar-free doesn't mean carb-free, and naturally occurring sugar, like that found in low-fat milk and whole fruit, are a natural part of healthy foods that are good for us. Look, we're all different. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. If you have specific health issues, you should talk with your doctor and consider seeing a dietitian who understands your unique health needs. But if you're someone who's generally healthy and just trying to get a handle on what to believe about carbs, I hope that I've cleared up some of the myths and helped you on your path to enjoying the healthy carbs in your life.
Thanks for listening. Whenever you're looking for inspiration for healthy living, our chefs, dietitians, and other experts have lots of ideas to feed your potential. Visit our website at fyp365.com to see all our recipes, blogs, podcasts, and more.